So you're single, Mick?
It's going to be in the inbox here.
What happened?
Well, that's what I'm here to discuss.
Nick,
That's
please,
what I'm
in the
here to
mic.
discuss about is being single now. Yeah.
All right, Mick, give us the background here, okay?
So last time I was on the podcast that many have seen, I was with
Can you scoot into the table a little bit?
It's kind of hard between these.
Or
two,
do you want to just hold the mic? You can hold the mic.
I can.
Just get close to it. Get close to it.
Okay, so last time I was on here, I was with Keely Rose, who is an OnlyFans girl. And yeah, she basically, after 6 years of living together and being together every day, she left me for another guy. And she's currently in Melbourne, Australia with this other guy. And it kind of came abruptly out of nowhere for me a few months ago. And I was very heartbroken about it, but now I'm here ready to discuss it and show that I am okay and I will survive.
You guys were married, right?
Were you guys married?
We were engaged. And
right.
For a few years we were engaged, and I definitely was committed to her and definitely loved her and wanted to be in a monogamous relationship with her, and was monogamous during that period. Even though she was doing things with other guys for money, I always figured that at least, even if it was for money, at least she still loved me, and it was just sex. It wasn't love, and it wasn't making love, and she would come back to me, and that would be love. You know, now I'm definitely, you know, shocked by it. You don't expect your spouse to leave you for another man. But, you know, stranger things have happened in this world, and so I'm not alone. I'm sure there's many guys in my boat, but I'm all right because I still have my dog, and we go hiking and do things together, so at least I'm not alone. And you know, I purchased my first property for investment, so I do have cash flow that's going to be coming in soon, so I don't need her money anyway. And I'm purchasing a house in North Carolina. It'll feel pretty empty, you know, up in the mountains there without her, you know, because I was going to buy it with her, the intention of her being with me, but now it's just going to be my little buddy and I, and I'm going to build a recording studio in it and go hiking and hopefully meet someone new. So that's, you know, that's kind of what my deal is.
Nick, are you able to? Can you pull up? No. Can you pull up Dating Talk 65? That's the episode that Mick was on with Keely. We don't really need to watch anything, but we'll just show, because Mick was previously on with his then fiancée, girlfriend. Just for context for people, they appeared together. Keely, at the time, and I believe still currently, she was a stripper, correct?
Well, she started as a stripper for a few years, and then when lockdowns happened, she wasn't able to make any money, so she went to being a porn star, and then from being a porn star to doing OnlyFans. When she was on here, she hadn't done porn in like a year anyway, so it was like just OnlyFans that we were basically living off of, and then my income too.
But was she was doing scenes on OnlyFans with other men, is that correct, if I recall? No,
not necessarily, unless it was like a sugar daddy that was giving her you know, money, and then they would film content or something around it if there was, and then she but no, it was mostly just pictures of her and stuff, you know.
Just one sec. So while you were with her, she was sleeping with other men, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like, if I recall the conversations that we were having about that, you said you were okay with it, but it occurred to me that you felt to some degree pressured by her to accept the situation?
I think at first I was like really disturbed by it and didn't want it. Then I started to get more used to it and become numb to the fact that that was what was going on. But then as time went on, it was like we're gonna have a home together. I want to have kids. I want to have
Wait, is this what you're saying, or is this what she's saying?
This is what I was saying to her.
Okay,
like,
I see.
I want a committed relationship. I want to love you and cherish you as my wife. I don't want you sleeping around anymore. Like that started to sink in more as I was getting older. Like when we met, I was like 20, 21, but now I'm 27, almost 28, and a lot can happen in those few years. So it's like I've matured now to where, like, before I was young and naive, and now I'm like a man who wants to have a full-time job, a committed wife and kids, and raise them and have a home and pay a mortgage and do all those adult stuff that I didn't want to do previously, when we first met. So it's a very different mindset. So I think we kind of went further and further apart because I wanted to be essentially a normal middle-aged adult in America.
Grid One Motorsports donated $100. Mick, you dodged the bullet there. Don't be a simp, be a pimp and move on to a woman that is not a 304 cum dumpster. Maybe get TF out of CA, take some testosterone, hit the gym. Your future children will thank you.
I hit the gym every day, actually, right down the road here. But yeah, I agree with you. I did dodge a bullet. It could have ended worse. But the thing is that she wants to continue to sleep around, meet other guys. She wants to party and drink and smoke, and I don't drink at all. I don't party at all. I don't smoke at all. I don't do any of that stuff. I love socializing. I love meeting new people, but I'm not into partying and all that stuff. And that's what she really wants to do. And I think she's almost become like an alcoholic because she can't handle. I've done a lot of research into psychology, and I believe she's a malignant narcissist. And her coping mechanism for her anxiety and for her narcissism is to sleep with men, smoke weed, and drink alcohol to cope with that, because it's like almost like a mental disorder that she has to cope with to deal with all the stress and anxiety that comes with being a narcissist. And if you don't know what a malignant narcissist is, just Google it. But
so
that's just...
how recently did you guys officially split or break up?
So she flew out about a week ago to Melbourne, Australia. So that was like officially the it's over kind of deal for me. But we were keeping in touch for the past few months, and she was lying to me about it. She was kind of manipulating me and like telling me that she still loved me and she still wanted to be with me, because I think she couldn't deal with with me leaving her and being apart from her. So that was a very big stress for her. But I think, but basically, I went out and saw, we were spending time together and everything, and she would like completely ignore me and start talking to this other guy, and I'm like thinking something's up. And then she started acting like I'm just not even there, like spending 99% of the time with this other person. Like she's like, no, I'm here. But when someone's there in the room with you but not present and not looking you in the eyes and talking to you, that's essentially what was happening for like a month. And she was falling asleep in another bed away from me, and video chatting with this other guy. And I'm thinking, this is just wrong. Do you love me anymore? She's like, you don't have to get upset about it. And she's kind of gaslighting me too, being like, well, you can sort of be with, you can still be with me and I can be with him and we can be in an open relationship. And I'm like, I don't want an open relationship. I want you. And you're trying to be with this other guy, and I don't understand why you think this is okay.
So, and how long has this been going on?
For the past few months.
But you said just a week ago.
She finally left.
When's the last time you saw her?
About a month ago now.
Oh, a month ago. So you guys had kind of been split, but she flew to Australia. And
I had a lot of her things. I had to give her some of her stuff and everything. She basically was living in, away from me. So it was like I, was giving her back some of her things, and she... and I was still I was taking her out to eat and talking and asking how she was doing and stuff, But she just started treating me so shitty for no reason. Like I'm just it's like I'm not even being mean. It wasn't like I was abusive or a drug addict or something. I was just literally like, can we talk and have just normal discussion? But she couldn't even talk. Her attention span right now is like a goldfish. Last time you guys saw her, she's a completely different person.
Let's actually just really quick pull up the episode for context. Here, get rid of the super chat though. Like move it to a different timestamp, so we can see. Not me. Like so, Mick. Yep. Okay, so there's you, Mick. When was that? That was like 6 months ago or something. There's Keely,
The redhead?
with the red hair. Okay, and you guys came on the podcast, and you kind of talked about your guys' relationship and kind of what you've already said. You know, she does OF. She's got sugar daddies. She used to be a dancer, but she still kind of danced a little bit, was my understanding.
Not as much at the strip clubs, but she did it if we needed money or something, yeah.
Okay, and so she's now moved to Australia to date some dude in Australia?
Yeah, this guy looks like a crackhead too, so.
How did she meet him?
Online, through like live streaming and stuff. It was just Meet Me.
Oh, wow.
So it wasn't, it was just, but she did live streaming when I met her. That was how we met, was on live stream. But she just was doing live streaming again for like fun. And then she totally, I think in her mind, she was using me to get out of Vegas because she didn't want to be there, and almost like I'm this person and I'm comfortable because we've been together for so many years now, and it was like this comfort, but she didn't really care or love me, and I cared and loved her. And so what I think happened is she basically...
Hold on just a
Modest
second.
Hikima donated $100. Brian, please keep calling for solidarity of men against paying for low quality content like of. Mick sounds like you're living it up. Lucky no marriage, no alimony, keep your assets. I got off easy too of a similar situation. #blessed.
Yeah, I definitely, you guys
Thank
definitely
you for the chat,
in the
Appreciate
chat
it.
tried to warn me, and I definitely had some hesitation on.
We tried.
Yes. So, but I definitely I got lucky because I never actually got married and I got to keep all my assets and everything, and didn't like have to pay child support or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I am lucky in that situation.
Have you had a rebound yet? Are you ready? Do you think you're ready for a rebound?
I went on one date a bit ago, like a few weeks ago, with a girl, but she kind of ghosted me since our date, so I don't know. But that's it. So no. But I would be happy to, if any girls out there want to message me, I would be happy to respond.
Would you date another OnlyFans girl? You're like, no.
I would consider it if she's really great, but
I'd be traumatized.
But
after that.
I think it would probably be best if like I just hooked up with an OnlyFans girl and not tried to get in a committed, loving relationship with an OnlyFans girl. However, if she's really nice and she's still committed to me, I would be okay if she had an OnlyFans. However, I probably should be looking for something else,
With your past experience, would you recommend to other men that they don't date girls that do OnlyFans?
I would suggest you date someone who makes you happy and who's going to love you for who you are, and probably don't date a narcissist unless you are a narcissist yourself.
Do you think that... Oh, sorry, keep
because of the self-centered nature of a narcissist is just they're not going to truly love you, and only narcissists can love other narcissists. I feel like.
What was her narcissistic red flags?
There's a lot. Every single behavioral trait, if you just read down what a malignant narcissist is, Keely fits the description for every single one. And I still love and care about her. Like I'm not hateful in my heart for her at all, but she does have issues with it. A lot of it stems from insecurity about herself. So there's insecurity. The narcissism is needing constant attention, not feeling that you're self-worth. So constantly trying to act out to feel that you deserve that self-worth. doing things like partying and stuff so that you get more attention, trying to sleep around with a lot of other guys. That's traits that a lot of female narcissists will have. Actually, it's almost like her behavior was almost like masculine behavior. Like, it's usually women that want to be more committed and, and have a family and all that,
You had something, go ahead.
Yeah, so a couple things. I don't think we should throw the term narcissist around because that gets thrown out a lot towards men and sometimes women in relationships, and typically they're not narcissistic. They're just shitty people. She sounds like she was just a shitty person. But also,
you're not privy to the details, full details.
No, I'm
of
not
his
saying
relationship.
I would say
privy,
her
but-
psychology, like if I were to talk to a psychologist, they would say she exhibits all the traits of a malignant narcissist.
But from your viewpoint, she sounds terrible, so I'm not trying to justify her at all.
What does it matter if she's a narcissist or not? But what's the point you're trying to make?
It's just weird. Everybody
And she
throws
had
around
many
narcissism.
No, hold on. Stop. Hold on. Go ahead.
So mental illness, everybody throws around mental illness with everyone constantly.
Mm-hmm.
This person's bipolar, this person's this. People are just shitty.
Is this just a
No,
moment
it's-
for you to virtue signal about
I'm not
this?
trying to virtue signal. It's just weird when people constantly throw out mental illnesses.
But do you think nobody's capable of being a narcissist? What if she
there's
actually
definitely
is?
narcissist. She could definitely be narcissist.
So what is your quarrel with him calling her a narcissist?
Scratch that then.
I'm
defend
equating
your
it
position, but
I'm equating it to her. Narcissism is a coping mechanism for people that have had rough childhoods, like 90-something% of the time. That's what it is. Yeah. So she had a rough childhood. Her mom died young and stuff. She had all these things and issues and insecurities in her mind when she's developing as a child. That's where it created the narcissistic personality. So everybody has different personalities. Narcissism creates a certain personality path that someone lives by.
Hold on.
Grid 1 Motorsports donated $100. Mick, dude, just know don't do it. Reddy's over there sizing up your wallet. Just know you just got your balls back. Learn from the experience and move on. Say no to OF 304s. Find a nice church. Live a purposeful life.
I don't have enough money, but
thank you, man.
Can I ask
What
you
was your
another
second
question?
thing? What was your go ahead.
I was just wondering, how did the beginning of the relationship start out, and did you notice certain changes before it ended, or was it were you kind of blindsided?
When I met her, she was this sweet, shy girl that worked at Subway that used to bring the subs out for the homeless and stuff. When I met her, she was a completely different, sweet girl, and she was just very insecure and shy. But when I let her, and that probably is a regret for me now, but when I let her go from working at a grocery store to stripping, that's when she very much changed. It helped her with some confidence, but it made her bring out even more of those narcissistic tendencies